Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mention. Welcome to my channel. I come here to speak about the spiritual ascension path and to comment on the world of energy, to continue those disclosure and so on. For we have to be ready for the unexpected. It's very important, but how can we get ready for something that is unexpected? For I know me, but there is a great something very important that is coming. That Spirit says you will see. You cannot expect it, but yet we have to get ready for it. And so we have to be ready. Right now, it's about all trust, acceptation, and beingness. Accepting to be the light, to be in peace, to be or not to be. We have to choose to be the I am, to be the. And so we're between two eclipses, so that's very, very important right now. A powerful time of eclipse, and with this Wesak energy, the love and light of the Buddha, the compassion. So we cannot seek love or run after love, for this is our true nature. When we seek something that we already are, it is like we're pushing the experience forward. So we really want to be in the acceptation of being that and attracting that. And for the shield that is preventing us from experiencing that divine love of God is the mind. It is all of our thoughts and beliefs and the critical mind. So that's what's it's preventing the experience of love. So just use breath as a punctuation. Take a deep breath and free your mind, and then you can return to whether it is to learn to use breath more. For love is a pulse. Love is a pulse. But how much do you feel the pulse of your heart, the love of the heart? So it's a challenge. We're becoming more sensitive. Eventually, the Kundalini is going to be awakening, and then we'll have a light body. For also to discuss this is like the mainstream media is starting to discuss the first contact, and they're starting to introducing into the collective consciousness that there may be, most likely, probably, life in the universe, and we're preparing to get in contact. There's all kinds of things also that are really dark that are coming out. I don't recommend you looking into that. For remember the memory of Atlantis, of the ascension of Atlantis, and before that the ascension of Lemuria. There was a golden age that followed. Every time there is an ascension, collective ascension, there is a golden age. But those ascensions were not meant to last forever. This one ascension, the seventh golden age, should be able to last for forever. Once we achieve it, I'm going to pull a few cards with the Akashic cards to see what are the memory. The highest wisdom is the transport, to stay on track, really to stay on track and to continue to be a locomotive to the train of you want to assist people in showing the way to cannot push beliefs, but show them the possibility of that point of freedom, that reconnection with their source. And so it is very important. All the ascended masters, the Christ, the Buddha, Mahomet, all of the great ascended masters, all came to show the way to humanity towards the back to the source, love, God. For this only the love of God, because all those mythological stories and even the really religious stories is all about extraterrestrials that were fulfilling the role of God, but God does not use particle weapon to destroy cities, and it just doesn't work like that. The Anunnaki they do that, but not God himself. God is only love. It's a very soft power, and it has no opposing power. So what we need to understand is very much about that. It's this galactic crystalline consciousness of unity and peace and love. What we need to do is to be the Buddha, to open ourselves to this Wesak and the 15th, 16th. The light of the Buddha is going to be diffused all around the world. So be a catalyst for that. Be like a tree, and the outcome will be a tree. The tree gets all its nourishment from the roots, and then there is it receives the light also from the sun, and it's like so it's about the wisdom of the tree to grow very progressively. There is no distance in oneness. For it, it's like when God created, but yet God created all the separation with the idea of that implied the return. And so we have the acceptance of all that is, all that the situation, everything. Acceptance is the freedom, acceptance of that oneness. We just need to be in our Christ itself. But it's a very big challenge, because humanity has been told that life is outside of them and it's controlled by outside power. To return to understand that the true power is within. It's self-empowerment. Self-empowerment is really what our soul wants to be leading us into. For I realize I say I am that which I desire. You are that which you desire. Just looking for this to recognize ourselves, and for that we need to be quiet and still, to accept the gift without having to analyze it. Because sometimes we say, why do I receive that? Why do I set this experience? And those gifts will come through the increased sensitivity in relationship to senses. For the eye of God sees all, and the ears of God hear all, and this communication, this home sound, all the frequency, of things. So eventually our chakras will align to universal consciousness, and we'll be able to perceive more and more. For love is who you are. And once you know that, you can see the truth everywhere. You can see the presence of the divine everywhere. And all the spirits can manifest from within life, no matter what the form is. And God is the love we feel, and the feeling of that love is the freedom. So it's something we're working on. It's like, but no need to hold on to the idea of what we believe that the love of God is, or what God is. Just let go of all that. We don't need to. We won't come from analyzing, because it is something else. It cannot be. Yet we want to continue to cultivate our mind towards that point of freedom, and to feel the love and to express it, to be 100% into this communion, connection with the heart, the sacred heart, the love of God, and to be that expression. And for this powerful light of the divine is able to restore anything, to make everything pristine. So our body needs it, our consciousness needs it, all our bodies said all, and the planet needs it. So it's like as the light of God becomes more felt by all kinds of by all beings on the planet, the frequency will rise. And so it's like and so the trust that it is all about the divine plan unfolding. And if in doubt, you may ask yourself, you may ask your higher self, why did I come here? What's my mission? Why did I come here? What did I come here to learn? For it is within the sharing of the God of love that we discover our true self-identity, and that is reflected in all the beings that we meet. For it is not. It's good to have this disposition of calm and peace. And this love will erase the separation, the illusions of separation, for it is an eternal dance. So we have to learn to punctuate our consciousness with empty space, to learn to connect to that. And very soon it's going to be the liberation of Mars. Want to liberate Mars. For it's like all the beings that are power over others are felt the mission of the 3D, and they're not gonna. So they're gonna be into, everybody's gonna be lifted in 4D, and those who can hold the love, light, compassion, for brotherhood, sisterhood, so on, will stay in the fourth dimension, ready to move into the fifth. But those who are incapable of that connection to that love, this empathy, will sink down into the fourth, lower aspect of the fourth dimension for a while. For the 3D is going to soon close, and even the 4D is not going to be here long, so they're going to have to be going somewhere else to continue their lessons. And so for all the materialistic science is complete illusion. Why? Just because they don't realize that there is consciousness, that the earth is a real being, and that all of it is alive. So as long as they don't understand that, whatever they believe, life will always say, yes, it's good, that's what you believe, so that's what will make reality for now. But there is this need for consciousness, to be aware of the consciousness within the natural, that consciousness is everywhere. The highest wisdom is suppression. We have to break free from the cord that are there is a certain old cords, and those eclipses are really going to assist us. What we need to understand is focalize on the inner voice, the intuition, the voice of the intuition, to not doubt your intuition. What we need to do is let go of the labyrinth of the mind, the ego mind. And so it's really to move into the feeling state and let go of the judgment. And what's coming, and as a result, there's two cards came out. Is one of them is the judgment card, the morality. It's called morality. She's so green. She's the inquisitor, and it's like, stop judging and just be free. Enjoy yourself. Be the fool. Just go climb the mountains and pick flowers. But when you pick flowers, you ask permission from nature, and usually they're like, me, pick me. I want to be the one picked. It's like the flowers are the expression of beauty. What we need to realize here on the world, and in this world, in this universe, even, is the principles of supremacy, which was Platonician and also Christian in many ways, which is true, what is good, and what is beautiful. The truth, beauty, and goodness. For God is more than truth, beauty, and goodness. That's just the first level of supremacy. The ultimacy will reveal so much more. But for now, that's what we need to master: truth, beauty, and goodness. So always try to seek to align with the truth, to align that with goodness, good life, and beauty, seek beauty in all things. To continue, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So we want to be serene and lucid, always. It's serenity. Lucidity is the opposition of agitation. For God is eternally, infinitely lucid, but infinitely serene as well. Yet its serenity stillness is eternal. At the center of all things, God will always be, because if we would move from there, everything would vanish, because life depends on his being at the center of all things. So his stillness and eternity will always be perceived from there. Yet there is since the creation of the cosmos, the universe of universes, there's been an explosion of energy, and every atom is always in agitation. And like matter, we have we have billions of cells. Each cells have billions of molecules, and each molecule have billions of atoms, and everything is in motion all the time. So it's important to realize that the master Lao Tzu said in the Tao Te Ching, that if I didn't have a physical body, nothing could prevent my consciousness from expanding anywhere. So everything is in resistance. The master taught also explained the physical realm is in resistance to the flow of love and light. But those are dynamic forces that were created for growth, evolution, and so what will eventually ignite this kundalini and merge our consciousness with our light body, at which point the electrons will accelerate around the protons and reach the frequency of light, and there will be a fusion of our physicality. So that is something that is possible, potential, not for only when we're ready, of course. Do not activate the kundalini unless it's happening naturally. It would be like making a very volatile, if we're not ready, it's like would be making like a volatile chemical experiments where everything can blow up. So do not play with that. Just it's through calmness. And so we want to be serene. We want to be we have to find an harmonious connection between being and doing. For being is about the realization of the source. Doing is the realization of the supreme, because we live in a magnetic universe. So it's only what we produce that we can harvest, and so that is the program. And I wanted to say, take your work seriously. Whatever you do, take it seriously. Put your attention in it to do it the best way you can. But do not take work too seriously also. Same thing with entertainment and play, and do not take it too lightly. It's just as important to rest and relaxation time is just as important as the work, because the better you are able to rest and relax, to learn to come, the more self-realized you will be in relationship to whatever you're doing in terms of work. Well, I'm just saying that. I'm just for time is the ultimate resource. It's like it was Tolkien, I think, that was talking about that. It says we're born, we live, and we die. But we have many choices between the time we're born and the time we die. It's like the only thing we have is this time, and the choice we make during those time. How do we utilize our time? We're gonna start to be to catch up a little bit, because we not that we wasted time because it was important, but we needed time to reconfort, to reconnect to that inner process. Well, I wanted to thank you very much. Thank you very much for your kind donations. Thank you very much for listening, for commenting, for subscribing, if you like those messages, for liking. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I will soon, it's like the time of leaving. So something new is coming, and so we have to be ready as much as possible. And And also, whatever you ask the universe, there is a proper way of asking the universe, and the proper way is from the heart. Because sometimes we ask from the mind, and it's difficult for spirit to answer precisely. So we're learning to develop, to cultivate this relationship with the invisible world. Did I pull some card? I think I did. I think I did. Did I pull some cards with this? I'm going to pull some cards. I'm going to sing a song that talks about those two eclipses. I thought I'd make a little press review for there's like so many things that are going on. It's like for those who industry, for good journalists, there's good opportunity. But here I just thought I talk briefly about the art news. But the art news of the week is this: there was a painting of Andy Warhol and Marilyn Monroe that was sold for $200 million, which is completely nonsense for yet for this is art is my passion. This is really what I'm going to return to. I'm going to continue to discuss about the law of one and the tree of life and all those things. But art is really and so. But we understand why it was bought so expensive. It's because it's Larry Gagosian, the dealer, he's really trying to corner the market on Warhol, and he's in a lawsuit with the Warhol Foundation for the publication of the catalog. So he's got hundreds of Warhols in his inventory. Somebody I know, I met him. He's very. He's a very he's one of the top art dealer right now. When he opened this gallery in New York, I was looking for some work. We had a mutual friend, but he already had his personal in place. But so he bought this painting in essence because all his inventory is going to be rising up. And American collectors are kind of smart in a way that they're going to ready to invest huge amount of money in their American artists, which sometimes is a bit too much because they're not really Warhol is all about superficial. It's a great artist, mass production and so on, but it's all about smoke and mirror. This celebrity things, it's a complete illusion. And so, but this painting went also for a lot of money because it's from 1964, and at the time Andy Warhol would took his photo and then he would print it on the canvas and he would paint the colors himself on the canvas. The 60s. In the 70s, there was the factories, like mass production of people painting for him. So big collectors are looking for. It's funny to see that Marilyn has had a very powerful impact. She's coming back. It's interesting to see that. So she was. She had pretty powerful impact on the world, and so I'm going to pull some cards. So it's like I'm really eager to return to this. For a lot of the paintings in the art was there was manipulation in the process of the pricing. For the auction house are always there are so many paintings that will never go on the auctions because collectors do not buy paintings that have been auctioned. They have to wait 30 years before we can try to sell it to a collector. So there's all kinds of paintings that will never go, and those people who buy at auctions will usually sell at auction, resell at auction. But in the terms of that particular painting, it's really served a commercial purpose, which I understand because it's like it makes Andy Warhol the most expensive American artist. When I think he's important, but I think Mark Roscoe may be more for it. He's also a very well collected artist. So there are many great American artists, but I think the price is a bit high. It's like in relationship to other things. For it's like $200 million. You buy a Caravage, you can buy Rembrandt, Van Gogh, Picasso, all kinds of things. So the highest wisdom is yin. I'm sorry, I'm just so I talk about art for that's really I'm really eager to start painting and returning to my affairs. It's I have to get I'm ready, but it has to unfold naturally. It has to unfold with ease, and really it's where the wisdom lies, is to allow things to unfold with ease. What we need to understand is the reconnection to is the orphan. It's this bird that's like, hey, he's left, but his parents left him there just so that he can open his wings and fly away. What we need to do is continue to cultivate the solid foundation. For once we know that God, the source of love and light and eternal wisdom, is always present within us. We got to do everything we can to fully dedicate ourselves to that connection. And once we know that connection is there, we can never feel alone again. We can never be. And the outcome is going in circles, so it's okay we have to develop patience. For it's like in terms of what we need to understand, it's also about the orphan is all that shine. There's a big pile of gold. It's like, but it's not superficial. It's to stay connected to your inner self, regardless of all the blessings. Even if you win the lottery, your true wealth is your connection to God. No matter what, everything else is just tools and resources. And when we're stop turning in circle, this turning in circle is forcing us. We'll turn in circle until we learn the higher power. How do we work with those invisible intelligence to guide us out of that merry-go-round. So it's about trusting, continue to ask, continue to cultivate this connection, and we're moving towards this beautiful eclipse that will be very powerful. It's, a lot of things will be revealed as well, and there is this Wesak energy, the light of love of the Buddha, the compassion, the enlightenment, will will englobe the world at this time. I'm going to sing a song to thank you very much for following those videos. If you want to listen to that, it's a difficult song to sing, but it was funny because it talks about an eclipse of the heart, and we're in between eclipses. So I sing this one. It goes like this. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you never come around. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of the years gone by. Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong, together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all over the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder cake and give off spark. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time I was falling in love, now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do, a total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, now there's only love in the dark. There's nothing I can say, a total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. For that will teach us when we put all our faith and energy into the love. For romantic love is wonderful, but we do have to, if we do not have that connection, that knowledge of that source of love within the heart, then once we move out of a relationship, we're so codependent on this love, it can really make us suffer. But hopefully we'll be able to share love in a way that without having to see the other side. I was going to sing this song, Please Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood. This song came out. So we're staying within the realm of the celebration. Raphael, the beautiful Archangel Raphael, and Mother Mary are very powerful now. They come from the heart, from the green ray, the heart center. And here's the three of Raphael. You have so many reasons to party. So prepare yourself or enjoy or go for it now if the doors are open. A community of friends. Good news in relationship to a relationship or to children. So it's really much a kind of celebration, fun, traveling, enjoyment, rest and relaxation. So it's a really good time. So let us prepare for it. Let us be ready for it. Let us prepare for the unexpected blessings that will come into our life in an unexpected way, as a surprise. Thank you very much. Namaste.